Hare Krishna. February 17th, solar eclipse. That's the topic for today. When you go on the internet and see a lot of videos there, people are scaring. There are renowned astrologers who are talking so much about this eclipse. But in this video, I'm going to tell you the strongest and the deepest reality of this solar eclipse with a lot of responsibility. You see, one has to first understand that every eclipse, although there are things which are happening at the mundane level, but definitely every single eclipse have some impact on your horoscope astrologically. And having a sun eclipse or a moon eclipse is very, very common. We at least have four eclipses every year, two with the sun, two with the moon. And one eclipse is with, it is conjunct with Rahu, and then one it is with Ketu. This February 17th, Indian time, we have this eclipse starting at around 3:30 p.m. until 7:15 in the afternoon. So I'm talking about 3:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. approximately Indian Standard Time. This eclipse is happening in the sign of Aquarius, and it is said there are five planets that are in a very close conjunction in the sign of Aquarius. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the functionality of the eclipse. Is it common to have five or more planets or four or more planets in eclipse? 100%. Especially if it is a solar eclipse. Why? You see, there are two planets that are always very close to the sun, either ahead of sun or behind the sun. And these planets are Venus and Mercury. On the same time, we also have Sun and Rahu involved. And obviously, the moon is also involved. Only then this eclipse will happen. So, commonly, having four, five planets involved in solar eclipse is very, very common. So, if you're talking about, the panchayats, the five planets being together, and it's like havoc. No. Also, it's a very, very partial eclipse. Why partial eclipse? Because if you see the difference between the degree of the sun and the degree of the Rahu, it's around 10 degrees. They're 10 degrees apart. I mean, for you, 10 degrees could be like, okay. But when you look at the, sky, I mean, Rahu is not a graha, it's a point. Okay. And from there, if you see 10 degrees, it's a lot of space, in the sky. So it is not very closely, conjunct. So that's something which is a good point. Now, in which areas this will be seen? It will be seen, in South America, somewhere around Argentina, Antarctica, Zimbabwe, South Africa. So it's in the southern region, you know. And on the same time, is it visible in India? No. Do we have that unauspicious time known as Sutak? In the moon eclipse, it is for 9 hours. In the Surya eclipse, it is for 12 hours. Do we have Sutak in India? No, we don't. In fact, we don't have this Sutak in Asia, except somewhere down Mauritius, you can have this eclipse to be visible, for a few minutes. But the impact is towards South America. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, you will live a normal life that day. A lot of people will not even know that there is a sun eclipse. But the only thing that you have to understand here is that whenever you have a sun eclipse, there is definitely an impact on your horoscope, on your kundli. But on the same time, there are some do's and don'ts. There are certain remedies, but with great responsibility, I would like to tell you not to worry. God is always there. Bhagwan Shiv is always there. All we have to do is we have to channelize our energy depending upon the circumstances, times, dashas, transits, and eclipse. That's what Jyotish is all about. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen and show you the horoscope of that particular day. So if you see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see it here on the screen. We've got this moon in Dhanishta, Surya in Dhanishta. So this is happening in the Dhanishta nakshatra. So got to be careful, for the people who have their Janma nakshatra as Dhanishta. On the same time, if you're running Moon Mahadasha or a Surya Mahadasha or Antardashas, or you're having Rahu Mahadasha or Antardasha. And the most important thing is there is a special principle that we check. The principle is that there is a point on which the eclipse is happening. You see, the point means the degree. So this degree where the eclipse is happening is around 4 degrees and 33 minutes of Aquarius. So the principle if there are benefic planets, transiting over, this degree, that point, it's not a problem. The problem is when there is malefics, like suppose if Saturn goes over it or Mars goes over it, it's a problematic situation. So the problem comes when Mars is going to touch this degree. So Mars is going to enter the sign of Aquarius on Feb 22nd. Okay. And you have this Mars, and then obviously you have Rahu here, which is actually moving towards Mars and Mars moving towards Rahu, making Mars and Rahu Angarak Yoga. And this is a time for at least 30-35 days. We need to be careful starting from Feb 22nd until at least March 30th, or you can say till the April 1st week. Now, what happens here? First thing is, the point where the eclipse has happened holds a lot of negative and inauspicious energy. And that energy lasts at least for 3 months to 6 months. And when a malefic planet moves over that energy, it takes that energy and start giving you the result. 11th house, the sign of Aquarius, is the sign of Pitris. And I'm going to tell you certain very, very important remedies here. And these remedies are in general for everyone. You see, this particular eclipse is around Amavasya. Okay, just next to the Amavasya, few hours after the Amavasya. So one remedy that you should give is to give, food items like ration in a temple or in a gurudwara or any spiritual place, especially if you are from Sanatan Dharma, go and give it to a Brahmin, a local temple priest. Between 3:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, February 17th, in the name of Pitris. That's the first thing. Second thing is, Rahu is in Shatabisha. Shatabisha is a huge constellation of 100 stars. The best remedy would be If you are running a Rahu Mahadasha or an Antardasha, or if you are having Rahu as Badak or a problematic, see, Rahu anyway is a natural Badak. But if you think the Rahu is troubling you here, it would be great if you can donate 100 packets of milk to poor people between this time range in India, 3:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Just book or order 100 packets of milk, maybe half a liter of milk, each packet, 100 packets. Go and give it to the poor people. That's the second remedy. The third important remedy would be Nam Japa, chanting of the holy names of God. And especially when you talk about the Nishtha Nakshatra, a very important chant is Vishnu Sahasranama. If you can't chant Vishnu Sahasranama, there are beautiful versions of Vishnu Sahasranama on the internet, on YouTube. Just go play. Play it for 5 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours at least. Focus. If you can leave your work for a couple of hours, leave. No problem. Even if you're working, listening to Vishnu Sahasranama, fantastic. Still going to give you great results. On the same time, there is a magical mantra, which is the Rameti mantra. This is the mantra for this eclipse. Om Ram Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. This is the mantra that you have to chant. One single mantra is equal to one Vishnu Sahasranama. Just do it. This mantra chanting will go multi-folds and you'll get immense amount of good results. You see, every time there is an eclipse, it's not that we are, losing things. It is also an opportunity to achieve or to multiply your sadhana exponentially. That very day, 3 hours of this name chanting of Rameti mantra will be counted billions of times in your karma, in your account of mantras. How rich you are with the mantras, ladies and gentlemen. That's so important. I mean, it's not the time to party. It's not the time to increase the Rahu effect. If you drink, if you smoke, if you have your own activities, if you are so much addicted to tea, coffee, they can wait for 3, 4 hours, isn't? Or they can wait for at least 24 hours. Don't do it. Because when you have eclipse, the problem comes with government. Surya is government. Problem comes with your name, fame, society. The problem, you'll see unwanted stress and tensions coming, from authorities, from the people who are very, very close and they are closely monitoring you. You'll see many income tax raids and GST notices. You'll see a lot of norms coming in, and those norms are going to be very, very severe, very, very problematic. On the same time, it is also a great opportunity to multiply your sadhana. Do not get into any sexual activity. Obviously, it's a day, but still be with the God, be with that internal consciousness. Although your dasha is always very, very strong, your transits are there, and these eclipses will keep coming and going. All you have to do is just be conscious, do the right, do the charity, do the mantras, and convert this eclipse into one of the biggest opportunities of your life and manifest something which is so positive. I mean, sometimes we wait for the eclipse to come, and we do certain, sadhanas and certain charities, and the blessings of those sadhanas and charities because of the eclipse remain with us for long, long time. That's the meaning of eclipse, ladies and gentlemen. It's very common to have 5, 6 planets. Very common, to have crude grahas like Mars and Saturn, crossing that point where the eclipse is happening and getting that energy and throwing at you. But on the same time, we have positive planets and positive prayers and mantras protecting you, your karma, your intention, the way you take your life, the way, you know, your character is in the society, the way the God is looking at your character, it matters a lot. If you are true to yourself and you're not ashamed of yourself, no eclipse, nothing can actually give you that damage that you're seeing on the YouTube. No, nothing is going to happen. Make this eclipse as an opportunity. This is, ladies and gentlemen, my information, remedies on the Surya eclipse, the solar eclipse on Feb 17, 2026. I'll come up with another video. Till then, Hare Krishna, Har Har Mahadev.